Well, this morning we've gotten a brand new Nintendo Direct, this one focused on the Nintendo Switch 2, which I did do a reaction stream to. And oh my gosh, there was actually Pokemon news to discuss. Yeah, very interesting. It seems like we're getting a new look at Pokemon Legends EA just about every week now. The point is that while the Direct was mostly focused on the new console, one of the most interesting pieces of information was that several games on Nintendo Switch will be getting Nintendo Switch 2 editions. In that they're games made for Nintendo Switch, but there will be updates on the Nintendo Switch 2 console that give some of them additional content and give all of them some enhanced performance. We did also get a look at the specs of the Nintendo Switch 2, which while docked will be capable of 4K and 120 frames per second. And yeah, that is really cool. For a console it's a bit behind, but I mean for a children's handheld toy it's pretty far ahead. And yes, Pokemon Legends EA was one of the games shown to have a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. We were shown a little bit of footage, and just from this alone you can see the actual difference based on the previous trailers. And because of that, all the new trailer uploads on the Nintendo YouTube account have to be, higher resolution. So in order to really show the difference, I do have to put this video in a higher resolution than I normally do. Overall, the game itself does look pretty similar, but yeah, no, genuinely you really can tell like the frame rate is a lot better just from the showcase we have here. I think really what we need to see is a lot more gameplay, and honestly, hopefully maybe during the Treehouse tomorrow, I don't know, but if not, I definitely expect a better showcase in June. Even though they only showed a little snippet, I do think that this is some of the best that Pokemon has ever looked. Again, some of the environment models are still not the best, but to actually see the Pokemon and characters moving like this in a trailer is, hey, cool, great. This was something that was speculated on for a while when there was a rumor of there being Nintendo Switch 2 versions, and now that we have the confirmation, it is really cool that Legends EA is going to be getting one. No news on Scarlet and Violet, though apparently there will be an update for Nintendo Switch 2, but it won't be a full Nintendo Switch 2 version. So maybe in that game we'll see it run a little better on Switch 2, but I've kind of moved on. Again, Pokemon Legends EA is still a Nintendo Switch game, so it will run on your 8-year-old console, but I'm really hoping I'll be able to get a Switch 2 soon, and honestly that's just what I'm going to be playing on, and I think a good amount of people will be playing on the Switch 2, so they'll have that slightly better gameplay experience. In the actual footage, we didn't really get to see anything new, I think that some of these environments are some of the places that we've seen before, but just in different angles. It really was not the focus of this section because, there were other games that got more substantial updates in their Switch 2 versions. So I think more so this is just kind of an update that gives a little more good faith in terms of Game Freak and what they're capable of with the new Nintendo console. But once again, we really actually need to see it playing. This is a trailer, it's going to be different from like a gameplay presentation. But overall, yeah, I think the Switch 2 presentation was really cool and fun. Like I said, you can watch my reaction to it. I'm really excited for the new Mario Kart and the new Donkey Kong. And even though I likely won't get it, the fact that there is a playable version of Elden Ring on the Switch 2, really says something. And that brand new From Software game that's going to be exclusive to Nintendo Switch is just, some big energy that Nintendo is bringing. So while Pokemon Legends EA isn't fully a Nintendo Switch 2 game, there is a version, so it's kind of like the in-between of the two consoles. So it really does get me very curious of Generation 10 when we eventually get that, potentially next year. But that was sort of all for this little update, and again, I think that with Pokemon Legends EA so far kind of front-loading the news cycle has really worked to its benefit. The first trailer showing off the concept in a pretty decent looking game, the second one diving into more of the features and the gameplay loop, and then now this looks showing that yes, look, it's gonna run a lot better on Switch 2, look what we're capable of. But if anything, I honestly think this look has me most interested because now I really do want to see, okay, show me the full city, show me what it looks like when actually playing through it. But let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see going forward for Pokemon Legends EA, and what was your favorite game shown off in the Nintendo Switch Direct aside from Pokemon. Like I said, I am so ready for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Overall, I think the Switch 2 looks pretty cool, though the rumors about the price I'm not exactly super excited about. If anything, I think that's the one thing going against it. And we all know who to blame. Grimace. Thanking every channel member for your continued support, including the Great Gators. Who else but Zane, Q-Tesk, Alive R360, Starved Rock 314, Mobile Empire, Boatloads of Dope, Juan Moran, Sebun, King, Wafers, Alex Switch Shiny Hunts, Tyler Hopper, Lockadox, Koi 13, Cemetery Hill, Cosmo Zero, Cheez-It 62, GatorKid 509, TF, Mathaclog 947, Tajirai, Justin R, Phantom, and Quago. If you would like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes for comments, live streams, sometimes early videos, and hey, our new podcast, which I'm finally getting caught up on, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I'll catch you all later.
サファイアで育てた君のポケモンたち、ド迫力の 3D バトルでその力を見せつけろ。任天堂ゲームキューブポケモンコロシアム。